This video is about 3-1 multiplication properties. There are 5 multiplication properties: the commutative, associative, distributive, identity, and zero properties. But we will be covering 4 of them in this lesson: the commutative, associative, identity, and zero property. The associative property of multiplication says that you can group the factors of a multiplication problem in different ways and you'll still get the same answer. Look here for an example, but I'm going to give you another example as well. If you had something like 2 times 6 times 3, I could group it like this, or I could group the 6 and the 3 together and I will still get the same answer. On the left side, 2 times 6 is 12, and then I will multiply that times 3 to get 36. On the right side, 6 times 3 is 18, and when I multiply that by 2, I still get 36. So no matter how you group the factors when you are multiplying, you'll still get the same answer. The second property is the commutative property. We talked about this one as well with addition. It says that you can multiply the factors in any order and you should still get the same product. So here's an example using 5 and 4. If I do 5 times 4, I get 20, or if I do 4 times 5, I get 20. Another example would be something like 2 times 9 and 9 times 2. Either way, I should get the same answer. 2 times 9 would be 2 groups of 9, so 9 plus 9, 18. 9 times 2 is 9 groups of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So I still get 18. No matter what order you multiply factors in, you'll still get the same answer. The third one that we're going to talk about is the identity property. It says that the product of any number times 1 is that number. They give the example of 8 times 1 is 1. Any number in the world times 1 is itself. 4 times 1 is 4. 1.2 times 1 is 1.2. 1 million times 1 is a million, so on and so forth. The last property that we'll be talking about in this video is the zero property. This says that the product of any number and 0 is 0. So anything times 0 is 0, like 0 times 6 is 0, or 125 times 0 is 0, 0.98 times 0 is 0, 1 trillion times 0 is 0. Any number in the world times 0 is 0, which is the zero property. Pretty easy to remember. So now that you know what each property is, let's go through and decide if each of these is the associative property, commutative property, identity property, or zero property. The first one is 432 times 1 equals 432. This 1 tells me that it is the identity property. I remember this because the 1 looks like an I. The second one is dealing with grouping. Whenever you see parentheses and things that are grouped, it is the associative property. In this one, 6 times 9 equals 9 times 6. The things are switched around. That's the commutative property. We talked with addition that the word commute, the base word here, means to move or to travel. So these numbers are moving around. And last but not least, 4 times 0 equals, the 0 here tells me that this is the zero property. This is the easiest one to remember if you ask me. So I want you to go ahead and tell me what property is shown by this problem on your blue sheet. You don't need to have any work for this one. Good luck.